Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to embroider a hat using a single needle embroidery machine. We'll be adding a logo to the front, the back, and I'm also going to show you how to add logos along the side. It's super easy to do, so let's get started. For this project, I'll be using the Kaido CE01. It's a single needle embroidery machine with the 4x4 inch hoop. And that's the size hoop you'll need for this cap attachment. I'm also going to be using a standard dad cap. Feel free to use any style of hat. For this whole project to work correctly, you'll need the universal cap and hat hoop. There's a lot of different ones out there, but I found this one works really nice and I'll link it down below. Out of the box, you're going to get the hoop and also the removable guide. And to use this hoop, you'll also need a 4x4 hoop that fits on your machine. The first thing we're going to do is remove the guide from the cap hoop. It's super easy, it just clips on and off. Next, you're going to need a stabilizer, and for this specific style of hoop, you'll need an adhesive stabilizer. But don't worry if you don't have an adhesive stabilizer, because I'm going to show you how to do it without using that style. It does make it easier, but for this video, I'm going to be using a medium weight tearaway. Cut the stabilizer bigger than the cap hoop and place it under the frame. Next, remove the inner ring from the 4x4 frame because we're not going to be needing it. We're going to be clipping the cap hoop to the outer frame, and we're doing it on the opposite side of the adjuster. And this will be the side on the cap frame with the adjustments. Line up the adjustments with the outer ring, and then we're going to push the cap hoop into the outer ring. Flip it around to the bottom side, you'll see an adjustment knob, and you're going to want to tighten this so it secures to the outer ring. You want to try to get it as tight as possible. Flip it back around to the top side and loosen up both knobs on the brim bracket. This is where we're going to be sliding the brim into and tightening it down. So grab the cap you're using and slide the brim into the bracket. Now we can grab the guide and clip it into place. The guide is going to help us line up the front panels, and you can do this by using the center seam. If you don't have a center seam, then you can use the center button on top. Once you have the cap lined up in the center, you can tighten down the brim bracket. And again, you want to try to get this as tight as possible, because if you're using a curved brim, it's going to kind of flatten out that brim and make it easier to stitch. Lift up the crown of the cap and you're going to see the stabilizer below. If you're using an adhesive stabilizer, you could stick down those panels, flatten them out, and you'd be ready to go. But I don't have an adhesive stabilizer on me, so I'm going to be using a temporary adhesive. The one I'm using is sewable, and I highly recommend looking for a sewable adhesive. It's a lot easier on your machine. So what we're going to do is spray this adhesive onto the front two crown panels, and this will be in the area where we're putting our logo. And when it comes to the amount to use, you really don't need to use a lot. With the adhesive on, we can pull back the crown and flatten out the front two panels onto the stabilizer. And keep in mind, we're trying to get the surface area of these front two panels as flat as possible. I'll be placing my logo in between the brim and the vent, so you want to make sure that middle area is on the stabilizer and away from the ring. If for some reason yours is too close to the outer ring, you can always loosen up the brim bracket, pull the cap a little bit more inward, tighten the bracket, and reposition. You really have that whole area of the cap hoop to work with, so you can move that cap around anywhere and tighten the bracket. But other than that, the cap is ready to stitch, so we're going to take it to our embroidery machine. It is kind of tricky loading it into the machine because the bracket is so big on the cap hoop, so I found you spin it to the back, slide it under the needle, and then you can spin it back around to the bracket. The next thing you have to do is make adjustments to your design to work with the cap hoop. Since the cap is facing away from me, I'm going to have to rotate the logo and also scale it down. It's also not lined up, so I'm going to have to reposition the logo with the cap hoop. Once you found the right spot, you always want to hit trace before you start embroidering. This will give you the full outline of the logo so you can see if it's in the right position and also centered. If everything is looking good and lined up, you can press start and wait for the logo to finish. As it's sewing, you're going to want to monitor to make sure that fabric stays nice and flat. Sometimes it can pop up, but it is very rare. As long as you use adhesive spray or adhesive stabilizer, you're good to go. Since there are some bulky areas to sew, I do recommend using a heavier weight needle. Once the design finishes, pop out the hoop and slide it under the needle. Before I remove it, I always like to double check to make sure the stitches are good, because you can always pop it back in and restitch an area. But for this one, everything's looking good, so I'm going to loosen up the brim bracket and remove it from the hoop. I'm using tearaway stabilizer, so I can just tear out the hat to remove the stabilizer. Depending on your logo, you may have a few jump stitches, so you're going to want to trim those in this step. But as you can see, the logo is positioned nicely. It's right in the center between the brim and the eyelets. The machine sewed through the bias tape on the inside very nicely in that bulky area. The detail in the design also turned out well with this machine. When it comes to doing the front logos, you really have to figure out the position on the hoop to start ramping up your production. For example, the first hat I did was the tan hat on the left. As you can see, the logo is way too high. This will happen, and it really depends on what logo you're using. So I always recommend using a test hat to dial in that position. But once you fine tune it, you can really crank up production. Next, I want to show you how to embroider above the back opening. Set the hoops up the same way we did in the previous step. Loosen up the brim bracket, place the brim into the bracket, and tighten it down. And again, depending on the size of your brim, you can move it around in that bracket to find the right spot. Now we're going to pull the back two panels towards the bracket so they're inside the sew zone. And that just means they're both inside the cap hoop on the stabilizer. Line up the back seam in the center of the cap hoop, and make sure it runs parallel with the sides on the outer ring. Just like in the previous step, we're going to add our spray adhesive to the back two panels. Line up the back two panels in the center of the cap hoop and press it down so it adheres. If you have a snap or a strap back, you're going to want to unsnap it or strap it and place it off to the side. Sometimes it can bounce around and jump up into the stitch, and you don't want that to happen. But other than that, it's ready to go, so we can take it to our machine. The first thing we're going to do is slide it under the needle and place it into the bracket. I don't have a fully curved design that goes with the back opening, so what I'm going to do is just stitch the curved part the proper fit in this logo and stop it before it gets to the clothing. This part of the logo should have enough curve to wrap around that back opening. Before pressing start, you always want to trace it just to make sure it's centered and in the right position. If everything's looking good and is lined up, you can press start. The big thing about doing logos on the back opening, you really need the right design that arcs around that back opening. If you're just using a straight design, it's probably not going to look that good, so you really want to base your design around that opening. I didn't have one on file, so I'm doing it this way just to show you how to set up the hoop and position everything on your machine. Again, after finishing up, double check all the stitches, make sure everything is looking good, and then you can remove the brim from the brim bracket. As you can see, the curve of this logo is not curved enough to go with the arc of the back opening. So what I could have done is made the logo a little bit smaller, and it would have fit right at the top. But these are just small things you can adjust with your logos to really perfect it. Over time, you're going to get better at it and faster, so it's going to be a lot easier to sew any part of the cap. Like I said though, for the back, it really comes down to having the right design. The last thing I want to show you is how to sew the side of the cap and also the top. I currently don't have stabilizer in the hoop, but all you have to do is slide the brim a little bit to the side, and you're going to want to slide it in the opposite direction that you want to stitch on. This will shift the side of the crown so it's in the center of the hoop. The biggest thing about stitching the side is that you want to flip the sweatband outward so you don't stitch on the sweatband. The next area you can stitch is on the top. A lot of people don't do this, but it's a fun technique. Position the brim in the center and move the top of the crown to the center of the hoop. If your cap has a button, you just have to watch out for the button placement. So realistically, using this cap hoop, you can almost stitch anywhere on the cap crown. You also have a lot of options when you slide that brim in and out of the bracket. You can position at any point, allowing you to access different parts of the crown. So overall, I highly recommend the universal hat hoop. It's a great addition to have within your hoop collection. It allows you to get creative and also level up your business. So definitely give it a try, and I'll link it down below.